There's this little itch inside you, but your brain jumps in fast. Maybe you're overreacting. Nobody's perfect. It's not that bad. And those little weird things start to pile up, like crumbs on the edge of a plate. You don't care at first, but eventually there's a whole mess. Today, we're going to talk about exactly that. How those small, no big deal moments can slowly eat away at you, and why sometimes you just don't notice. Spoiler, it's not because you're dumb. Your brain is just trying to be nice, to protect you. We'll get into why people tolerate weird behavior sometimes, and how that can actually hurt you, with a bit of humor, but a lot of truth. Because relationships can rot quietly like this, while you're still thinking everything's fine. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay, so why don't we notice this stuff? Like, aren't we supposed to be smart, self-aware adults? Plot twist. Your brain doesn't care about your TED Talk level awareness. It just wants you to be comfortable. And one of its favorite life hacks? Selective blindness. See, the second you decide you like someone, even just a little, your brain basically grabs a paint roller and starts smoothing over all the rough edges. Oh, they talk over me sometimes? Pfft, they're just passionate. They low-key insult me as a joke? Nah, that's just their humor. Yeah, that's not humor. That's foreshadowing. It's not just with relationships either. Friends, coworkers, weird cousins, same thing. The more you invest in someone, the more your brain's like, look, we've already put in time and energy. Let's not ruin this with logic. It's called confirmation bias. Basically, your brain likes to be right. You said they're a good person? Cool. Your brain's now their number one hype man, ignoring all evidence to the contrary. So, if you've ever looked back like, how did I let that slide? Answer, you didn't see it. Your brain was too busy playing matchmaker. But don't panic, this is fixable. Up next, the weird little signs your brain tries to hide, but your gut always notices. Alright, so your brain is busy sugarcoating everything, but your body knows. That little gut squish when someone says something weird, that's your internal, this feels off alarm, politely knocking, before it eventually has to grab a megaphone. The problem? These signs show up in tiny, easy-to-ignore ways. Like, you cancel plans with friends again because someone really needed you, even though they always really need you. Or you suddenly feel guilty for wanting space. Like, wow, am I selfish for needing a day off from this person? Or, my favorite, when you get that weird little panic before texting them. You reread your message 3 times because you don't want to trigger some unpredictable reaction. Yeah, that's not normal. That's your peace of mind waving a little distress flag, and it builds up quietly. Not with big dramatic fights, but with tiny moments where you shrink yourself a little, where you start walking on eggshells without even realizing it. Because sometimes it's not one big obvious, they did what? It's death by 1,000 awkward moments. Little comments, slight guilt trips, subtle power plays, and before you know it, you're not even sure where you went. Just this weird, over-accommodating version of yourself. Good news? Once you spot these little moments, you can start pulling yourself back. Here's the thing. When you're stuck in it, it's weirdly hard to tell if something's really wrong, or if you're just being dramatic. So let's make it simple. Gut check time. Start by asking yourself, when I spend time with this person, do I leave feeling good or emotionally drained like my brain just ran a marathon it didn't sign up for? If you constantly leave feeling anxious, guilty, or weirdly small, that's a flashing neon sign. Another one, do you feel like you can fully be yourself? Like, can you say weird things, have dumb opinions, or just chill? Or do you edit yourself, hold back, rehearse texts before sending them? And here's a spicy one. Do you feel relief when they cancel plans? Like, what a shame. Anyway, peace and quiet. Yeah, your body is telling you things your brain is too polite to admit. Quick gut test. Ready? If I told you tomorrow you'd never speak to this person again, would you feel sad or secretly relieved? Sometimes your gut knows way before your brain catches up. And by the way, healthy relationships don't make you feel like you're walking on eggshells. They make you feel comfortable, like you can exhale. Okay, uncomfortable truth time. Sometimes. It's not just other people who act weird. Sometimes. It's us. Yep, I said it. I mean, no one wakes up and goes, today, I will be emotionally toxic and mildly manipulative. But stuff happens. Maybe we get snappy because we're stressed. Maybe we guilt trip someone without realizing. Or maybe we get a little too clingy when we're feeling insecure. It's normal, it's human, but it's also on us to notice it. So here's your quick self-check. Do you give people space without passive-aggressive pouting? Do you listen, or just wait for your turn to talk? When you're upset, do you communicate like an adult, or suddenly turn into a sarcastic, eye-rolling goblin? It's awkward to admit, but these things matter. And here's why this part is important. It's really hard to spot other people's unhealthy patterns if we're also ignoring our own. If we don't check ourselves, we end up trapped in weird, chaotic friendships and relationships where everyone's just low-key making each other miserable. So yep, sometimes we are the bad vibe. The good news? Owning it makes you stronger. You fix it faster. You create healthier connections. So, what do we do with all this? Because here's the deal. Life is complicated. People are complicated. You are complicated. There's no such thing as a perfect friend or flawless partner. People mess up sometimes, including you. But there's a big difference between someone who occasionally makes mistakes and someone who constantly makes you feel anxious, small, or exhausted. At the end of the day, you have one job: protect your peace. Not fix everyone else. Not carry someone else's emotional baggage. Not explain yourself over and over until your brain melts. Just protect your peace. Think of it like this. Your life is a tiny ecosystem. You've got your little rivers, your cute trees, your peaceful little otters, or whatever animal you vibe with. It's your job to keep it balanced. Some people, they're like sunshine and fresh rain. They help things grow. Others, they're like toxic sludge slowly poisoning your pond. And you know what? You don't have to keep the sludge around just because they didn't mean it, or they've had a hard life, or it's complicated. You can want the best for someone and still not let them wreck your mental health. You can love someone and still say, this doesn't work for me. That's not selfish. That's healthy. Also, don't forget your own power. You can outgrow bad habits. You can outgrow toxic situations. You can even outgrow versions of yourself that you don't like anymore. And it's okay to walk away from people who drain you. It's okay to take up space. It's okay to choose peace over chaos. If someone makes you feel small, you don't have to make yourself smaller to fit around them. Shrink the connection, not yourself. And listen, ending a relationship doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you the bad guy. It makes you honest. It makes you someone who respects their own mental health enough to say, this isn't working, and that's okay. Because you deserve to feel safe, happy, and respected in your own little world. You're not here to fix everyone else. You're here to thrive, to grow, to be a slightly weird, slightly chaotic, but overall joyful human being. So, protect your peace. Clean your ecosystem. You deserve fresh air. If you found this helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and follow for future updates.